Hello, this is Dr. Borger, and today I was gonna sort of go into a little bit of business coaching, and what I wanted to talk about is the importance of delegation. And I was gonna tell you a little bit of a story. When I think that the first time you delegate and the first time you hire for your business is really the scariest kind of point in time, right? Because a lot of us start as what we call solopreneurs, where we do everything for our business, right? Where we schedule our people, where we do the invoices, where we do the accounting, where we do the ordering, where we do all of the things, and that's fine. However, really it's going to limit your growth. And then there comes a point where you really want to get to, and you're the limiting factor in your business. Or when I do hot seat coaching, a lot of times what people are doing is they're spending so much time on the other stuff that it kind of takes away from two things. Sometimes it even takes away from the time they have to see patients or clients and treat them. And sometimes it also takes away from the time that they have to grow their business, analyze their business, think about their business, because they're so busy doing, or, it causes them to burn out. Now, my story was about me maybe 5 years ago, and I felt exactly the same way because it was my first business. I had never really hired anybody before that wasn't a nanny or somebody like that. And it's scary when you hire somebody, especially somebody that you feel like is not revenue generating, meaning it's different to hire another injector or hire an esthetician that'll have their own patients, but just to hire somebody to do stuff for you is super duper scary. And I think the first time you do it, it's like a big hump to get over, because you have to trust that with optimizing your systems, you're actually going to make more revenue. You have to trust that it'll free up your energy, it'll free up your time, and you have to trust that it's really going to be necessary for the growth of your business. So you really have to be in an abundance mindset. So like so many of you, I only hired my first assistant way later than I should, right? I should have hired somebody 2 years prior. And I'm going to honestly tell you that I didn't, because you're right. I was scared. I thought I could do it all. And, I was the bottleneck in my own business, and I was spending time on stuff I really wasn't enjoying. And then also those parts probably weren't being done as well, even though you're I'm the only person that can do it. How much do you really enjoy some of these activities? Anyways, so for me, hiring my first assistant happened way later than it should have. So this is what I'm going to say. If you're in the same boat, I'm with you. And it was life-changing. Just the fact that somebody would do the scheduling and all of my patient phone calls and all of those things for me was completely life-changing. And then the more I let that person do, the more my business was able to grow, and the more I was able to focus on all of the things, and my zone of genius was even better. So really, as soon as I hired somebody, I realized how much it was life-changing to have them and how much I could really grow. So, Lacey, who I hired, her role grew and grew and grew and grew, because suddenly I was oh, you could do this, you could do this, you could do that. And then it went to social media, it went to event management, it went to vendor relations, it went to send out emails, and all these things that I didn't really want to do, and really that weren't within my zone of genius, she was doing, and it was magical. And it is really true that in order for your business to go beyond where it is now, it's me that had to change, right? I had to change my thing from the I can do it all solopreneur to I'm an entrepreneur. I have a team. I manage a team. And, in my coaching and in my business consulting and all of those things, that comes up pretty often because it's a big sticking point for businesses, especially once they hire their first person and they're delegating a service, and then I think what makes that even scarier too is a lot of times, you either don't have the need to hire somebody full time. I mean, I have, essentially like 3 virtual assistants right now. But you might not have the need to have somebody full time. And then when you go to like a marketing agency or something to have your social media done, they charge you an extortionate amount of money, right? So then you're like, oh, why should I do this and pay somebody like $2,000 a month for that? Like I can do it for that amount of money yourself. So, this is also where virtual assistant and virtual assistant services come in. And, one of the things, again, because my goal is just to serve my ideal customer, that we're going to be doing is really to expand the aesthetic doctor to include an arm of, virtual assistant services, online business management services, sort of what we call complete business solutions for other small businesses that are in the coaching space, or mainly really med spas and aesthetic medicine businesses, just because we're really, really good in that area. So as I said, if you need some social media, if you need some help designing brochures, if you need, of course, we already are doing the strategy, we're doing injector training, we're doing all the things, but my whole idea is really to serve other businesses, especially those businesses that are just starting out needing to delegate some items. Listen, you can delegate us a lot of stuff. I'll hire somebody full time for you, but most clients that I serve, they might need a couple brochures, some social media posts, a couple emails, and we want to do that for them and do that for them well at a reasonable price. So the aesthetic doctor is gonna add more of business solutions. We're already doing some of it, podcast editing, helping you start so that we can really provide a complete range of services, not only the coaching and the consultants, but also really help you do the things so that you can really focus on what matters most to your business, that you can really focus on seeing the patient, on being your magic, on doing the injecting, on doing the treatment, on doing the coaching, on doing all the things that you're really, really good at, that you can work on your zone of genius, and we can help you do those things that you need to do to keep your business running. So I hope you enjoyed my story. As I said, I remember how scary it was to delegate that first thing and hire that first thing. But believe me, once you do it and you have a great person that takes some of that off your plate, it not only frees up your time, but it's just like that mental load off, and it's done, and it's done well. So if you're in that spot where you're feeling like I'm overwhelmed by my business, I'm burned out by my business, I don't have time because there's all the stuff I have to do that I didn't expect, that is more to do with the running of your business than the actual doing the business. I hear you. It's time to delegate, and we can help you do just that.